Hi everyone, welcome to the session on how to create a data-driven content marketing engine. Today we have Mohit. He is the founder and CEO of Quantify, which is an intelligent web monitoring platform for businesses to track their competitors, customers and industry news against event triggers with unmatched relevance. He has a 14 years of experience across media, consulting and technology. He also spent last 5 years of his in building and scaling Quantify. So welcome Mohit. I'll just hand over the session to you. You can take it forward.
Thank you, Divya. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for taking time to attend this webinar. Divya, before I go ahead, screen my slides visible?
Yes, we can see it.
Great. All right. So I will be talking about the ways to create a data-driven content marketing engine. But before getting into how to build this engine, let's just define once again what is content marketing. Just to be sure that all of us are on the same page when we talk about different tactics and strategies to do it in a better way. According to Content Marketing Institute, CMI, content marketing is the marketing approach focused on creating and distributing valuable and relevant content consistently to attract and retain a clearly defined audience. Note, there are very important words to emphasize here. It is both creating as well as distributing content, right, which is valuable as well as relevant to the audience, and do it consistently, not just once or twice. We have to do it consistently to attract and retain a clearly defined audience. The last part is the most important, a clearly defined audience. The same piece of content cannot have value and relevant to anybody and everybody, right? And marketing in general, be it digital or offline, marketing will never get results if the audience is defined. So the step one, obviously, we should be spending more and more time defining who is our audience we are talking to. Now, there is no doubt left anymore that for B2B, content marketing is the core fundamental. We all know it is important, but it is difficult. Now, very few companies are able to do it successfully. And I'm going to share ways how to do it intelligently with a data-driven approach. Now, in a recent survey by CMI, the same Content Marketing Institute, in which more than 5,000 marketers responded, 86% said that they do content marketing. Well, this is kind of a validation that content marketing is being practiced in a very widespread manner. Most of us are, especially in B2B domain, are trying to do it. But only 38% say that they think they are effective in doing content marketing. And only 21% say that they are successful at tracking the ROI for the content marketing that they are doing. The number one challenge in content marketing is creating engaging content. It has been number one challenge for a very long time. In almost all the surveys of Content Marketing Institute, this comes out to be the number one challenge. Now, the engaging content has to resonate with the audience. How to measure, how to understand that it is engaging or not, it's primarily there are certain metrics that people are following to give a good indicator if the content that you're generating is engaging or not. And especially in this domain of information overload, when all of us are bombarded with information coming from all the directions, it becomes even more important that whatever we are producing is relevant, and to measure that is to see how engaged our audience is with the content that we are producing. Now, producing content consistently becomes the second number 2 challenge. 70% of the B2B marketeers are doing more content this year as compared to previous year. But creating content, and this is the reason they are doing more content, because they want to do it on a periodic interval and a regular interval. They are producing more content, but more content does not necessarily mean it is good content. It is engaging content. And that is the number 3 challenge, is how do you measure the effectiveness of content marketing? How do you measure that the content that is being generated is getting the results that is helping the businesses to grow? Now, there are, what I'm going to talk about is in theoretical concepts, and then I'm going to show one of the products that can help in achieving data-driven strategies for doing a proper content marketing. So our philosophy is that the step 1 of your content marketing strategy should be to first discover what is out there which your competitors that are talking to the same audience that you are trying to speak are saying. All your competitors are publishing content on their website, on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+, YouTube. What is all this content? And to figure out what is working and what's not working for each piece of information that is being published by your competitors. And to find out what is having the maximum impact through metrics like engagement and engagement rate, which I'm going to talk more further in this webinar. There has to be a place where all this information is first aggregated at one place. Otherwise, it becomes a project in itself to first find out what all is available out there. And to do it on a daily basis and manually, it becomes a project which is practically becomes unfeasible. So the first one is to discover, get ideas, see what is working, what is not working. And then the step 2 is figure out how to distribute. What is the distribution strategy? The content generated and not distributed with the right audience is as good as no use. It's pretty much useless then. So we have to figure out what combination of content types and themes are delivering maximum engagement. When I say content types, I mean, is a ebook generating better engagement than a blog post? Is a video getting more engagement than a tweet post? Type of content and what themes on which we are writing this content is generating maximum engagement in the space, in the marketing landscape we are operating. The marketing landscape is defined by of competitors. Now, after that, we have performance of our content over a given period of time. 1 to 8 getting a lot of engagement does not mean this theme on this channel is the best way to distribute your content. It has to be aggregated and analyzed over a period of time vis-a-vis with your competitors, how they have been doing on different channels. We have to instantly identify. I'm getting some notifications, just a second. My webinar has stopped the webcam. I will try to open it again, just 1 second. Yeah, okay, so I think we are back on. I'll go back to my presentation. Now, here. So, with that, we have to identify that content that results in increased engagement and increase in the followers of our competitors. The reason is, if there is certain piece of information which has done really well which our competitors generated and they got good results, which we can easily measure from different platforms, we should get a strong indication that this is what our audience, our target market is looking for. Now, after previewing, then comes down to actually producing that content and then benchmarking it against our competitors. So there have to be some very standard key metrics, which is about average engagement, engagement rate, number of posts, followers, And we can easily compare how we stand as compared to our other companies who are talking to the same audience. And marketing still is being practiced more like an art than as a science, and which is not good because art is difficult to replicate again and again consistently over a period of time. What I'm going to do now is show one of the tools, which is Quantify, to do it in the more intelligent manner. This thing, which the three-step strategy which I just explained in this presentation. So now we will look at this tool, which is Quantify, and I'm gonna quickly show certain kind of graphs and charts and data to do the analysis which I had in my presentation. So let's start with this is what the tool looks like. It is a dashboard which I'm talking about. This webinar, what I've done is I've taken some marketing automation companies. I've taken HubSpot, Oracle Marketing Cloud, Marketo, and compared their marketing strategy. Basic level, we need to know how much content is being produced by the companies which operate in my marketing landscape. So this chart here at the shows that HubSpot has produced 31 pieces of information in last 1 week as compared to Oracle, Marketo, Infusionsoft, Adobe, Salesforce. So HubSpot is producing the maximum number of content. Now, out of this, the engagement, which is counted as the number of times that piece of content got likes, got shares, was retweeted, was commented. So all these pieces of touch points where user, the audience has interacted with the content is calculated in engagement. Now, if you look at engagement, HubSpot is clearly the leader amongst all of the competitors in that space, which might mean that they are doing the best content out there. It could be misleading. They may or may not be, because this engagement is a function of how many people do they have in their followers or the people who have liked their Facebook pages, right? So if there are thousands of followers, then the engagement will be relatively more than the companies who have less number of followers. So the better indicator of the quality of content is how we have calculated is the number of engagement per 10,000 followers. So we have normalized all the followers and we said, let's see how much is the engagement generated by these companies if they had 10,000 followers. And here, the picture is different. Here we see that Oracle is HubSpot is way behind, as even Teradata is getting more engagement. So this helps us that we should focus our energies in analyzing the content of other competitors, which are getting better engagement rate as compared to the companies which are getting maximum engagement. As I said earlier, more content does not mean it's a good content. Right? So one very basic analysis of the number of content pieces published in last 1 week, and then we can also see that if 31 content pieces were produced, when they are distributed, so we have seen that it was distributed, retweeted, reshared overall 246 times HubSpot's content. 31 pieces were shared and retweeted 246 compared to other competitors. And we can do the same analysis. What is the engagement rate? Because the engagement rate here is not just the tweet by that company. It is the retweet, which could be a very big influencer. Now this is very important. Here Infusionsoft is getting the maximum engagement rate, which means the followers of Infusionsoft are more influential than the followers of other companies, because when they retweet or reshare, then the engagement rates goes very high. I'll just show just like the number of count. We have analyzed the number of count. It is just the number of count. There is nothing more intelligent about this analysis what we did. Now I'll show it is the type of content that is being produced. Now here we have in this chart, we can see the analysis between case studies, webinars, white papers, and surveys. The number of surveys done by Marketo, 61, is more than anybody else who has done surveys as compared to case studies. And Acton is focusing more on case studies. Webinars and I'm sorry, 61 is the number of webinars done by Marketo as compared to 12 done by HubSpot. And it's a very clear indication that webinar is practiced again by many companies. And here we are seeing engagement and saying this is where we are getting a lot of engagement as compared to engagement rate. As we can see, Oracle has received the maximum engagement rates on the webinars that they have done. Now, the same analysis can be done for themes of the content that they are generating. We have seen the number of posts, we have seen the type of content. Now, on what themes are they publishing content? Now, these themes, here we have, now these themes depends upon your own industry, on your own segment. So, digital marketing, social media, recreation, landing pages, email management, inbound, SEO. These are different themes that as a person who operates in the digital marketing domain would publish content. And here I can see which competitor is publishing under which theme. But more important is on which themes these competitors are getting more engagement, and even better, as I said, the highest engagement rate. So that email management is a space where Oracle is getting the maximum engagement rate, and also Salesforce. So it is very clear that if I have to now invest my resources in finding out which theme we should be publishing our content on, and we have only so many resources to produce one landing pages or doing digital media in a better way. This is the data-driven strategy to define our own content marketing. The same analysis, which is of the themes published by different competitors across all the shares and retweets done by the followers, including everything together. Now, this is the competitive benchmark. Rather than doing competitive benchmark, if now I would like to see overall in the whole industry landscape, which type of content, which theme of information is getting maximum results. That's where here comes, we can do different kinds of charts. And just give me one moment, it's going to refresh. Yeah, so here the analysis is based on not the competitors analysis. It is based on overall all competitors combined together, so that I'm not skewed by one competitor or other. If I look at my entire marketing landscape, the easiest one is to see that everyone is publishing blogs, which has the highest number of posts by everyone combined together. In terms of engagement, yes, again, blog has received the engagement because it has a lot of content, the number of blogs are more, so the engagement is also more. But when I look at the engagement rate, it seems which is getting more engagement than the other content types. Similarly, if I look at the themes, on which themes in the entire marketing landscape, the most content is published is digital marketing and marketing automation. So these are the themes on which in my competitors are publishing content. Now, which one is getting maximum engagement? Again, digital marketing is getting maximum engagement. As I said earlier, that the engagement rate, the best indicator of where we should be investing our own energies, and that's where it comes out that lead generation as a theme is getting maximum engagement rate, and that's where most of our audience are interested in. So when we have to write about something, we should write about lead generation rather than digital marketing or other general lead creation related articles. There are two charts, one for the posts done by the company. It includes only the company posts, and the other charts includes all the posts combined together, which includes retweets and reshares. So the important part is not just to look at the content in terms of what the overall analysis, but if you would like to see the actual content which is being generated, so we can click on this. We should be able to go deeper and look at the content, actual content, what is being published by our competitors. It's very important that we should be able to click through and actually see that when we say marketing automation, how the content looks like. So this is a blog post by Marketo. It's a webinar on selling marketing automation to the C-suite. This has received 11 engagement, Twitter and LinkedIn, as well as this is the engagement rate. Now, this webinar, this information about the webinar was promoted by Marketo on Twitter in the format of this tweet. Similarly, Acton has been talking about engagement marketing webinar, and they have promoted their webinar on LinkedIn using this. They have used Peter O'Neill and Forbidden Technologies explain it all. On Twitter, they have explained is engagement marketing, and they have used the handles of the people and the company we're going to speak about. On Google+, this is how they have promoted Google+. This is how they have promoted on Facebook. This is how they have engaged on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook on multiple days and times. Now, this entire analysis of the best piece of content out there right at one place makes the life extremely easy in understanding what we should be focusing on as a company, as a content marketing team. Some more examples. This is what Oracle has published on different channels. This is how Oracle has promoted the same piece of information in different channels, how much retweets and favorites they have received. It is important to see that the article, which is 4 most important traits of modern marketeers, was promoted by them, by Oracle, on Twitter multiple times under different tweets. So what traits do you need to be a modern marketeers is first they have promoted, and then 4 most important traits of modern marketeers, same piece of content, and then what it takes to be a modern marketeer on LinkedIn, again, same piece of content. So this gives an idea of how to use our piece of content that we have generated, how we can use it again and again in different channels, and what are the strategies that our competitors are following. This tool allows you to, let me just quickly walk you through the news feed, which is the core component where all the information is aggregated together. In this news feed, information which is sourced from all the channels. Let me just quickly show you what channels we are tracking. Channels are Twitter, we are tracking company websites, LinkedIn, news and other websites also, Facebook, Google+, YouTube, and email. Now, in all these channels, and these are the companies which are being tracked by the platform, and this is usually configured for each client separately. Then themes. These are the themes under which the information is classified. Digital digital marketing, social media, email management, and then this is a taxonomy, which is how we would like to analyze the information, and then content types, blogs, ebooks, events, videos. And if we would like to see what HubSpot is publishing on Twitter about, say for example, content management, then if we apply these filters, we get the result. So published a new update on Twitter, and it is, we haven't heard of this, but we love the content curation tool. And this is what is HubSpot content on Twitter about content management. And not just that, it's not just a tweet, but this tool is fetched the whole article and the entire title, the full title, and the introduction is available right below where the tweet is. So this makes it very easy that the analyst, the person deciding the content, need not go to any other place to find information. Let's reset this. There is something which is very interesting that we have been able to achieve in this platform is tracking the emails. Now, anyone can see what Twitter is publishing on their Facebook channel, which is public, Twitter, or LinkedIn. But what are the emails that they are sending to their customers and prospects? So in this tool, you can easily says okay, channels, emails. Now, if you want to see what is the email sent out, we get the entire email which was sent out by our competitor as their email marketing campaign. And to get this, you have to obviously subscribe to the campaign so that your email is fetched from the email address and is aggregated together in this tool. So it's an extremely powerful tool, and there are other tools similar to Quantify which allows you to track what the content strategies are out there that your competitors are following and what type of information and content is getting the maximum results for them, so that you can also plan your own content marketing strategy powered by the data aggregated by the system like Quantify, and then use that data to define your own strategy for the maximum engagement and business returns. Presentation of the tool and the topic, and I will be happy to now take some questions.
Sure.
Here we have, sure, Vidya?
If you can see the question, you just can take up all the questions. Everyone, you can just type down your questions in the question panel on the right hand side. We'll answer all your questions one by one. Mohit, do
all
you
right, so I'll
read the questions
yes,
now, or you want me to read it out for you?
I will read the questions. I can access the window.
Great, thank you.
Okay, so I will ask, the asker is, how do we get data collected for our competitors at one place? Does it work for B2C business as well? Yes, it works for B2C business also, and the way to collect data is to identify few things. One, what handles, what Facebook pages, what LinkedIn companies that you would like to source data from. So these are specific handles. And then you can define the keywords for which you would like to fetch data from social media platforms, as well as, if required, Google News, and we have our own crawlers to fetch data from custom websites. For example, recently one of our user wanted data from review sites like Customer Complaints and Mouthshut, so we integrated those sites also. Okay. What kind of feedbacks are included in the engagement metric? I think I answered that later on, but the engagement metrics include the point of touch, which is retweets, likes, favorites, comments. Any time a user engages or interacts with the piece of content, it is added in the engagement metric. Does Quantify connect with Twitter, Facebook, and pull engagement related its text itself? Yes, we do connect with Twitter and Facebook and pull engagement related text, which means comments and the shares with comments. Yes, we do that also. How much does the tool cost? This is my favorite question. It ranges from, okay, depends upon the number of competitors and keywords being tracked. It depends upon how much volume of information is out there for those keywords. But as a ballpark figure, for 10,000 rupees a month, we allow up to 10,000 briefs. We call them briefs internally, but posts is a more relevant word. So as a ballpark figure, 10,000 rupees starting price per month for 10,000 posts fetched from different places on web. Do we have any tools for individuals? Now, this is an interesting question. I think depends upon if the individual is a freelancer or a person within a company. I think you can approach us directly and we can look at this, the use case, and depending upon that, we can allow an individual user to try it out at a lower price if it's a freelancer. But we have to look at the use case separately. Any other platforms like Quantify? Yes, there are, but not in India. There is one platform, Track Maven, which is based in, I think, Massachusetts. It's based in US. There is one platform which is Rival IQ, I believe. They also are again a US-based company. So there are some other platforms, but most of them are focused on US and European markets. The important part is these tools don't have customized taxonomies. So where in other tools you will find information like the followers, the tweets, the posts on Facebook, but if you would like to categorize the information for a custom tag like digital marketing, most of these tools don't have a custom taxonomy as a fundamental design. So that's where Quantify differentiates big time with the existing tools. How to increase the engagement? That's what I would hope the content marketeers will be able to figure out if they use the tool and look at what is getting engagement for competitors in the market, and compare that with the content strategy that as a content marketer they are following. So if they can compare the two and get ideas of what pieces and what types of content is getting more engagement on which channel, they will optimize their efforts to the maximum possible extent using an intelligent tool like this. What other tools you suggest other than Quantify? I think the answer is no other tool other than Quantify. We believe that we have one of the most advanced and most sophisticated tool designed specifically for the purpose of the job in a better manner. But I would also say that there are companies who are using Quantify for general purpose social media listening. They're not tracking competitors for content marketing, and that's the domain where there are many tools available. The largest is obviously Radian 6. And then there are good tools like Simply Measured. There are many tools for general purpose social media listening. Great, sounds promising. Thank you for the comment, appreciate it. Can I listen to a particular influencer in my customer network? And this is being developed right now by our technology team. So what you might have noticed the missing is who are these people who are sharing and getting more engagement. So and getting the top influencers for these posts is what is the next version or the next phase of the platform, which should be released I think sometime in mid-January. Sentiment analysis. We can add our own custom tags. So for some of the customers, what we have done is we have created a bucket, just like themes. We have created a bucket called sentiments, and we have added a basic level of sentiment. But the best way to do it is to tag it manually. Sentiment getting it right by the algorithm has not worked out. So adding a custom bucket, and I'll just very quickly show you if my screen is still visible. I'm going to go and go into the taxonomy manager, and here let me just quickly show. I'm going to add a new category which is called sentiment, and sentiment is added. I'm going to add a tag, positive, negative, and neutral. And now any piece of information which is coming into the system can be categorized using manually categorized using so this few seconds as the reindexing will happen, and it will categorize as positive, negative, or neutral with the manual curation. Every time system learns. So when you say something is negative, system learns that this is what you mean is negative, and the subsequent content pieces, posts, will be auto-categorized based on what you have already manually classified. Additional discounts for DB students? Yes, definitely, and you can connect with DB for what is the discount that we are offering. All free tools are not helpful about what your other competitors doing to get rank. Okay, I'm not. Yes, free tools are not usually very helpful because they just dump everything which is available out there and makes you figure out things for yourself. And that's why it's a paid tool, because at some level we are also doing curation, human curation. So we keep analyzing the information which is coming in, and we clean the system for irrelevant and junk information which is coming through. Any tools that are specific to Middle Eastern markets? I think I would suggest try Quantify, because we allow international languages to come into the platform and search. So I would say try this out. If not, let me think through what are the tools I'll do, try to do some research and can share with you. And let me in the meantime share my contact details, which is I will continue with. Can anyone be able to use the tool to analyze engagement rate based on keywords in content? Yes, definitely. Just like we have the content, there's a sourcing manager also where you can add keywords, and let me just very quickly show you that also. So in the sourcing manager, these are the sources that are already configured, which is Twitter, Oracle Market handle, Facebook page, LinkedIn profile, G+, Google+, email, YouTube, and a general web page. Who are your competitors, primary and secondary? As I mentioned earlier, that there are a few companies who are doing this, TrackMaven, Rival IQ, and the general purpose social media listening. There are many tools. Do you cater to startups as well? Oh yes, definitely. We are a bootstrap startup, and I'm a founder and CEO, and I have a personal agenda to help other startups to grow and make a successful business. Thank you. Which count the number of visitors for the blog? I think I would say Google Analytics works well if you can configure that correctly, but there is no other tool I think I can suggest to count the number of visitors. So I went through all the questions. They were very good questions in a very fast, and I think pretty much through with the questions. Divya, over to you.
Hi, thanks Mohit. I think we are almost done with the questions. So we'll just wind up the question. We have one poll for the people who want to take up any digital marketing course with Digital Vidya. And in the meantime, it was a lovely session, Mohit. Thank you for taking your time out. We would love to see you in upcoming webinars as well. So everyone, if you have any question, you can just drop us an email. We'll reply to you directly. You all must be having our email ID. You can either drop an email to info@digitalvidya.com or send it out directly to me. So thank you so much. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Divya. Appreciate everyone your time. I hope it was helpful, and look forward to meeting you sometime in person or in the next webinar. Thank you for your time again.